Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Yearners Club. And as you know, I have Nico here with me. Today we're going to be discussing Heated Rivalry episodes 3 and 4. And the funniest thing just happened. He told me that episode 3 was his favorite episode. And the funny thing is, a lot of men, when they do reactions to the series, they say that episode 3 is their favorite. So, Nico, please tell the people, why is episode 3 your favorite?
It's like episode 3 was everything that I was asking for in the last live. It was like a good amount of character development. I got to know people. I got to know what they was going through, and it's just like I don't know. It was just a cool little episode, and it's like when the episode ended, I was mad. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, please don't end it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was cool seeing him put on the banana socks and everything, but it was like I I didn't want him and
Why?
I didn't want him and Kip's like last interaction before, well, to be like how that was.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I enjoyed that one a lot.
No. You're totally right. I feel like that's how I felt too while I was watching it. Hi, everyone. I just want to say hi before we get into
Hello.
it because this is the meat and potatoes of the show. So we might be yapping a little bit more today. But with Skip, that's their ship name. Skip, Scott,
Okay.
and Kip.
Oh, that's why they were saying Skip Nation. Okay, I got you. I got you.
Mhm. So when I was watching it, did you also feel like you were watching a rom-com movie? And then once you got to the end, it's like everything started going downhill after the art gallery, and you're like, wait, what
Yeah,
just
bro,
happened? I was in the middle of
yeah,
a
nah.
rom-com.
No, I was like, cause I was vibing with the episode. I was smiling, everything. It was cool. And then because Adrian, she was like, if I have a problem with Elena, I had no issues with Elena. I was like, you know what, Elena's doing the right thing
With
because
that
she
gorgeous,
cares.
gorgeous woman, how could
Yeah,
you have a
exactly.
problem?
But I was like, she's doing the right thing. She cares about her friend. It seems that
Mhm.
she also semi cares about Scott, and it's like,
Yeah.
hey, he's miserable right now. He wants to be open. He wants to enjoy
Hold on,
what.
throw it up, Nico, throw it up.
Well,
Clock
woman,
it.
I'm not. It is clocked, but still, but it's like he he wants to be like open. He wants the people that he loves to know he has somebody that loves him as well. He wants to tell his dad. He wants to tell his friends. He wants to show you some of his life. So like, let's go to an art gallery or something. You know what I mean? But it's like
Yes.
Scott is in a male dominated field, which is like, if I come out right now, what does that do for me?
Mhm.
Does that make people start hating me? Do I lose my job? Do I lose my endorsements? Which all that I understood, and then I
Mhm.
also understood Kip not wanting to be like a secret.
Mhm. Because
Like,
the thing about that is we see that Kip is open with his sexuality. He's out of the closet. He has a
mhm,
friend group. He has a father who supports him, loves him. They clearly have
exactly.
a great bond. And then you get in this relationship with this person that you love, and it's like, I don't know if I can go back to the closet. And that's where Scott is. And they just can't meet with each other in that moment. Sorry, I think we're both reading comments.
What? Not that actually pisses me off.
Which comment are you reading?
I was reaching because at first I was reading Adrian's, and then when I saw the Sage when theirs popped up, and it
Uh-huh.
was like Scott went to Kip's family's house, talked to his
Oh.
family, told the dad like, bro, what?
Wait, okay, let's read both
Oh
comments.
my.
So Adrian was saying, I want to clarify something that happens in the book, but we'll wait till Wednesday when we get to episode 5. It has to do with the timeline relating to episode 3. Okay, thank you,
Okay.
because I still don't realize the timeline, especially how the show does it. So if you can tell me some book stuff, I would be so thankful. That's like not spoilers for future books. And Sage says, my only gripe with episode 3 is them not including Scott going to Kip's house to tell Kip's family first. In the book, Kip's dad already knew, and the reason is so cute. Oh, that's what you're reading.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what? I was like, bro, that's the key. They should have kept it. Like that was.
Okay, so the whole time I was like, Elena figured it out, right? And Scott was so okay with being like, okay, Elena knows she's discreet, right? And then he dropped it. He was like, okay, I'm trying to get you out that suit I just bought you, though. So his priority is that we're not that.
Exactly.
So I'm just like, he could have, I feel like Kip should have told his dad, but then we wouldn't have a show. So I understand the
Yeah.
angst and everything, but it's like, you could tell your father. Can I ask you guys, book readers, is it canon that Kip's dad may also be queer or gay? Is he a part of the community or what? Because I feel maybe, and that's why I love the bond between them. But I don't know. I like always felt that way. So let me know if that's true or not, especially with the books.
Mm-hmm.
You also told us that, and Kip's mom is missing. I finally read Game Changers. Like it sucks that we didn't get to see his mom. I just assumed that woman was dead. Not gonna lie.
That's what I was assuming too, to be honest.
When I see a single parent, I'm like, oh, okay.
His dad is
Oh,
married to a
wait,
woman in the books.
wait, wait,
Okay.
wait, wait, wait. Yeah, so that means he's married to a woman. Huh. Interesting. I mean, okay. Let's see what else. Miss Sheik said, just like in this season of Bridgerton, Sophie uh, couldn't be fully loved unless it was out in the open. You clocked it, girl. I love when we start connecting the dots between different shows and things. Sugar Deers said there's a lot to say about the timelines, especially with filming. In the book, it started in early January 2017 rather than late. Okay.
But it's like if Kip had like a whole family with siblings and a mom,
Siblings! Wait, I'm
why?
just not reading.
Yeah, but it's like why would they cut that out? Oh, you did say that the budget was peanuts, so they probably couldn't pay
Nothing.
actors. But it's like
Wait, do you remember in a season at the end of season? Wait, what am I saying? Season at the end of
episode.
episode 1, at the rookie awards,
Mm-hmm.
how it was Shane and Ilya and the guy in the middle. The guy in the middle, he was the son of one of the crew members on the show. So when I tell you they did not have a budget, they did not have a budget. Oh, and I don't wait. I'm not gonna tell you. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you a certain thing because then you're gonna start noticing it, and then like I know. Okay, I was gonna tell him about the screens, but we can talk about that at the end of the season. It's not like a
Oh, okay.
spoiler for the show or anything. It's about production. But hi, Ramel. How are we doing? Yeah, so he apparently Kip has two sisters, which is I don't know,
The budget was about 18
18
million.
million Canadian.
And then
Really? That must have went to the camera because it's hella cinematic. We always talk about how it's shot. It's beautifully shot for them to only have 3 sets.
oh,
I don't know if you'll
that's funny.
realize it, but pay attention to the hotel rooms because we saw it with in episode 4, but we should stick to episode 3 for now. But
Mm-hmm.
you could tell with the hotel rooms. But yeah, going back to Scott and Kit, we went off on a little tangent there once we figured out that he had more family. But what were your other thoughts about it? Since you said that it was one of your favorites.
I don't know. It was just like everything about it was like it was just one big cute episode to me. Because like
Mm-hmm.
when he first went into the coffee shop, well, even before that,
Smoothie.
even well the smoothie shop, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Even before that, when he was just running, I was like, why would you listen to like a sports talk radio where they're disparaging you? Just put on some music or something. But at
Mm-hmm.
the same point, if he wasn't doing that, at least in the show, he wouldn't have gone into the smoothie shop.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense. And it's like the way they were looking at each other, I was like, uh, could he? I was like, could he be? I was like, maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure. And then once it was like really okay, they're both just checking each other out.
Mm-hmm.
They're over here talking about, yeah, I could never be a serial killer. I couldn't even be a spree killer. I'm like, bro, I'm like, what type of flirting is it?
Thank you.
but
That
but
threw me off.
but it got him.
It,
I don't know how, but
draws were dropped immediately once they got back to the place. But I want to talk about their first meetup. Um, what was I trying to say? Oh, you had mentioned the sportscasters or whomever the podcasters when they were talking. I think that they, I think the reason that Scott listens to them is because he val- values outside opinion, and that also goes into why he is closeted because he always has the opinion of other people like running through his mind. And since we know that he is orphaned and his
mm-hmm.
family is hockey, he doesn't really have like a community to tell him when he's messing up. So he takes
Okay,
that
I can see that.
from the podcasters, and that also goes to his closeting and everything. So I feel like that's another reason why. But their first meet was so cute. How did you feel pressing play and seeing a Scott episode instead of Shane and Ilya, because a
I
lot of people were like, they were upset.
It's like when I watched it, I was like, because at first I was confused. I was like, did I go back to episode two? I was
Hmm.
like, didn't I see this already? Because it was just going through the
The
part in
recap.
Russia. Yeah, yeah, no, it wasn't even the
Oh, when it
recap.
opens,
Yeah,
I
when it
forgot about that.
opened, yeah,
We
they
see
were like,
Carter.
yeah, I was
Hmm.
like, what's going on here? And then when it like zoomed in on Scott, I was like, see, I think Scott knows something. But
Hmm.
then they showed him running. I was like, oh, I guess he's the POV character.
Hmm.
Okay. And then I'm not gonna lie, once it really got into it, I was like, I wish Scott and Kip were the main characters. I said that out loud. I was like, I like them way more. Like everything about how they were, I liked it. And it was funny though. There, because of the last two episodes, how it like how lengthwise the sex scenes were for Ilya and
Yeah.
Shane. Once it finally got to Scott and Kip, and then it was like it was done. I was like,
Hmm.
oh, okay. I'm used to the other two. I thought this was gonna be like a good 3 more minutes or something.
You're like,
It
huh? I hear no cheeks clapping. I see no grunting. What is this? Is this the show that I press play on? Honestly, I was the same way. They said, and I hate this explanation for time. They said they had to cut down the episode. They filmed the scenes and they had to cut it down because the network was like, okay, this episode is too long. I don't know. The episodes are
but if
barely
that's
50 minutes long.
exactly, but if that's the case, hey, they cut those scenes down and ended up getting more scenes of the two just being characters. Like, you
Hmm.
know what I mean? Not just
The
like,
way I explain it is that Scott and Kip are supposed to be the mature characters, so we don't necessarily need to see them going there because they can
mm-hmm,
also express themselves emotionally and they can communicate. Whereas Shane and Ilya, they can only communicate through sex. So that's why it's more important for them than it is for us to see Skip. Even though I wanted to see it. I don't know about you. You don't got to say yes or no, but I wanted to see a little bit more in episode three, but we didn't because they're like the mature people, I guess. And
if
then
if that's what y'all got, like if y'all ended up getting longer scenes with like sex scenes, and hey, I'm happy for y'all. But
oh, we didn't
I
get
got,
any. It was
I'm just saying, I got what I needed. But
you said this was enough. I said put a little bit more.
nah, what's
Let
going
me
on
see
though,
what they're
Winchester and
saying.
Kaiju?
Yes, hi Winchester. Hi Kaiju. I love how let's see. I saw a comment that I wanted to
Or it
highlight.
wasn't.
Hold on, I'm scrolling up, y'all. Let me see. Yeah, so they were agreeing with you. It may have been a budgetary decision to have less family members for Kip, but the actor that played Kip was so adorable on the show, and I don't mind the
Yeah,
changes.
and then also before I might not have been paying attention as much as I thought I was, but when they was talking about Kip going to like trying to get into like college or whatever when he was doing like the college stuff,
Hmm.
I wasn't sure what his age was until they talked
His
about him getting
birthday.
accepted into like grad school. Then I was like, okay. Now I see it's like a little bit closer because for Scott, I feel like Scott feels like he's a man in like maybe his 30s or something.
Hmm.
So
Because
I
the
wasn't sure.
actor,
Yeah.
he might have just turned 40,
Okay.
but he was in his 30s while filming.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then Kip's actor, he's actually a little bit older. He's my age, but in the show, he plays someone a little bit younger.
Okay. Yeah.
So
That's what I
yeah.
was like. So I was like, what type of like? Just wasn't sure what type of like age gap it was. That was it. But it's like I know he was in like a sports bar. In most cases, they might ID you, they might not. But then he also was drinking too, possibly. I
Hmm.
couldn't really tell.
So you weren't
But
sure his
yeah.
age.
Yeah, I
So
just
yeah,
wasn't sure about that until the grad school thing popped up. Then he would most likely be in his what,
he's
20,
26.
yeah, 24, like somewhere around there.
Yeah, because at the end of the episode, when Scott was looking at Kip celebrating his birthday, Elena had said that he happy 26th birthday. We'll get to that. Let's go in sequence, but we'll get to Mr. Joel
Yeah,
Goldberg
my bad.
outside.
I'm out here just rambling and jumping from
No, no, no,
spot to
you're
spot
fine.
episode.
You're fine. You're fine. It's just whenever we get to talking, we talk in circles and like we go back to a point. So I'm like, I want to
Exactly.
let you get your points out about the show. But Romel was saying, hopefully next season we get more Scott and Kip. Episode 3 is definitely my number one favorite episode of the series. I like the way that he knew he had no games and no petty BS. Y'all know my favorite episode is 4 and 5, but we'll get to talking about 4. Let me see. Sage says, I watched the show before I read the books. In the beginning of 3, and the way Scott says Kip the first time, I thought I was going to be Kip. Oh, I thought, what? I thought I was going to be Kip getting hate crime. Their flirting is so bad. You thought he was going to get hate crime? Not in this show, and not by Scott. So thankfully, it did feel a little ominous when they're talking about serial killers, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, why is this flirting about serial killers? It.
I don't know. I didn't even. I wasn't sure if that was even like, because it was like I was like, I'm thinking like maybe he might be bi, like Scott
Mm-hmm,
was. I wasn't sure. I was
mm-hmm.
like, I don't know if he got anybody at home. I don't know, but it's like,
What's
is
going
this
on?
flirting or are they just
Mm-hmm,
like two guys trying to have an awkward interaction? I wasn't sure what it really
mm-hmm.
was, but
I don't know why they went straight to serial killers, and if they started talking about them, why didn't we bond over maybe like movie characters or like TV show characters? There's no Dexter mention, no Hannibal mention. Like you can at least bond over TV shows, but just straight to serial killers, it threw me off. It did, and I hated every single time they brought it up. But someone told me that they think the reason why the serial killer bit kept going is because when you want to talk to somebody and you don't know what to say, but you have
mm-hmm.
a default like
Oh yeah,
conversation
I
between
guess.
you. The serial killers was the default. Let's see what else. Um, Books said, yeah, I was surprised by the fan reaction from the viewers. I hadn't read the books when the show was on, but I like Scott's story. It's so sweet, and I loved all of the side characters. Yes. Elena, Sean, Maria, Kyle. Is that everybody? I think
I
that's everybody.
think that's everybody that was named.
Yes, I loved all of them. The friendship group. And it also goes to show that Kip did have an established life outside of Scott, whereas
Yeah.
we don't see that with Scott, Shane, or Ilya. So it's a different perspective on
Exactly.
being gay in the show, pretty much, because everyone else is closeted. They don't have friends. They're pretty isolated. But then we see Kip, who had all the sunshine before getting with Scott, and it's like, what happens when someone is can be their open self, and then you have to go back in a closet because of circumstances. Yes, Sage, you're right. A lot of men do prefer Scott and Kip's relationship. I don't know if it's because we're messy as women. We like mess. I don't know what it is, but I like angst. I like tension, and Shane and Ilya give me that. So I like Scott and Kip. They're cute. Their episode is
Yeah.
very rom com, but I like mess. Not going to lie.
But you definitely did get messy when what's it called, when it came to like hockey. Once Scott started
Oh,
playing against Ilya and
oh.
and Shane.
Mm-hmm. The
It,
fact that he only kind of stepped to Shane, but not Ilya, I was like, really, Scott?
well, it
Shane, he
wasn't.
wasn't. Shane had a smile on his face. He's like, hope you show up next time, buddy. Ha ha ha.
Yeah,
Ilya
but then
was really going at him, but
but
then,
but yeah, but it's like then he hit him with the man. You really acting like your boy right now.
mm-hmm,
What you mean by that? I'm like, bro, I'm not stupid.
you know what I know, and you know that I know. Yes, Scott clocked them in episode 2, and the author confirmed that. Same with the showrunner, that Scott clocked. He knew what was going on. He was just trying to see what Shane would say. But the fact that they ended up fighting on the ice and they said that Shane Hollander normally never gets into fights, I was like, oh, this is serious. Shane feels offended. And it's the fact that during that time period, Shane and Ilya were together, right? I think
Yeah,
so. They were on
yeah, because
speaking terms in
that was
2014,
what?
right before the Olympics.
Yeah, because that was before the
Yes.
Olympics, so I think that might have been before. Yeah, that was still before the what's it
Hmm.
called, the ghosting and everything.
Yeah, so they were still on good terms. And for
Yeah,
you to say that about me, mm-mm. Let me see what else. They better put some flashbacks for season 2. Are you talking about their spicy scenes? Let me see. Winchester said, can y'all believe that when Jacob first pitched the show, the showrunners wanted Shane and Ilya to have their first kiss by episode 5 because they believed the story was too much? That's crazy. What would they be doing in episode 1 and 2? Can these executives tell me? The whole show was them being physical with each other and having sex. So, like,
Yeah.
what were they going to do in episode 1 and 2?
Yeah, I
Shane
really
was just
couldn't
going to stand
imagine it.
there, awkwardly talking to Ilya. Ilya saying, okay. That's the whole show. That is literally the whole
Well, it's
show.
like maybe if they did that, it wouldn't have had as many flashbacks. You know what I mean? It would have been like a, well, not even
Like a
flashbacks, but just
linear
flash forward,
timeline.
like flash forwards. You know, it would just be like a year, an episode, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, that's way too slow. Because how many episodes you planning on having? 12 plus?
With a budget of only for 6.
Yeah.
Hello. Executives, they need to get out of TV. It's just like they need to get out of buying, what is it, fast food restaurants, these private equity people. Sorry, that's my rant for today. Winchester also let us know that Kip's actor originally auditioned for Scott, and he even showed up with a mustache and everything.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to believe it.
Does Francois have a mustache? Not in the show. The guy that's Scott's actor's name.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Sugar Dares was asking, I'm so curious as to who else auditioned for Scott. Francois is different than the book Scott, but I think he's perfect. Thank God Jacob thought of him. Oh, Jacob thought of him. That's really cool. Because Francois is kind of like a queer icon. So it's cool that they had him in the show. Let's see. Sheik was telling us that in any other genre other than romance, Scott would be a red flag. Serial killers, love bombing, age gap. Do you think Scott loved bombed Kip? Even though did we talk about everything? We skipped a little bit ahead when
Oh,
they
my
were in
bad.
the kitchen.
I
Do you
went
think?
to, my bad. I went to watch the live to see if the audio was cutting out for me because Cranky Otter said that it was either the feed, probably just like the live stream. I
Oh,
don't know.
are we
If
back?
it is, it could be something with the weather outside for us since it was like raining earlier.
Yeah, it
If
is
it is,
storming.
yeah. But it seemed fine when I was looking at it, so I don't know. I just want to make sure.
Okay. Let us know if we're having any technical difficulties because yeah, it is storming outside. I forgot all about that.
But yeah,
Do you
nah,
think
he
Scott is
definitely
love bombing?
because after he was like, okay, let me be honest with you. That's when like the honesty came in, which
Mm-hmm.
it could definitely be defined as love bombing. But I was like, that's some real grown man stuff right there. You know,
Yeah,
that's all.
I
Saying.
was
He
into it
just
personally.
laying everything out on the line. Be like, hey, these are my feelings, my emotions. Even though yes, it's not fair. I can't be as open as I want to be,
Mm-hmm.
but we can get there. So
In a
it
couple
could be
years. Don't forget the
not
couple years.
that last part of the couple of years after y'all already being months in, it was like, yeah, I can definitely see Kip walking away from this.
I would
But
have slid my
it
scotch across the island too and got up.
yeah, but it's like it could be like some people could see that as love bombing, but it was just being as transparent with what you want, just like a sugar sugar dares.
Is it
Uh,
love bombing if it's reciprocated though? Because I wasn't
mm,
sure if Kip was all in for it. But when he came himself around the island and sat down next to him, I said, oh, he's ready. He's into it. So is it technically love bombing if
Cause it's like
you
I feel like both
also
of them.
reciprocate?
Because both of them were reciprocating it in their own way. You know what I mean? Because they both were kind of what's it called? Um, obsessed with one another, as you
Mm-hmm.
could say. After the first interaction with Scott, and then he finds out he's a hockey player because of the other guy that walked in.
Oh,
Now
let's
all of
talk
a
about
sudden
that.
you're just watching all the hockey games. Everybody at the
Mm-hmm.
sports bar like, we're actually watching sports at a sports bar.
Mm-hmm.
Like this
Like,
is
we
what we
don't
do.
do that. Like, and then the fact that he didn't think that his friends would catch on, that he's suddenly into the Admirals. It's not that he was watching all hockey games that was coming on,
Yeah, it was
right?
just that.
He was this one guy that
Yeah,
you met personally. So of course they knew.
exactly. But it was funny when because after so many interactions with them and the talking about I'm not a murderer, whoop de
Mm-hmm.
whoop, he hit the yeah, you wanna come to my game? I got 2 tickets, nobody's ever there. He goes to the game with it was Elena,
Elena.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then when he like looked at him, he was like, "No, he couldn't be looking at me. The
Mm-hmm.
the, the 2 designated seats that he gave me, it couldn't be me."
No, it's not.
Circle
It's the people behind me.
exactly. Circle back around, did the wink or the wave or whatever he ended up
Uh-huh.
doing.
He did it 3 times.
Exactly.
Three times.
Like if
If I
nobody
was
caught
Scott,
on to that,
I'd be like, hello, I invited you. I'm
exactly.
down on the ice, basically like blowing up our spot right now. Because
Mm,
even though these people don't know who you are, you're sitting in my seats. And I'm pretty sure people who go to the hockey the rink, the whatever, to
yeah,
the hockey games, they know where each player's seats are. So it's like somebody sitting in Scott Hunter's seats. You know those messy announcers know that. So
yeah,
it's like
mostly. Yeah.
I am obviously saying hello to you. Come on, Kip. He was acting so oblivious, even though he was so obsessed with Scott too. Let's see, I brought this up earlier, but it says Justin Playfair told us that people have theorized that Scott doesn't have much experience flirting.
I can see that
You're
because
probably
he
right.
because he was also like, I never really do this. I don't
Mm-hmm.
bring people to my house. I don't get close to people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really be thinking about people like that. But
Mm-hmm.
you, I couldn't get you off my mind at all. And
So
I was
are
like,
we
oh.
doing this or not?
When he was saying that, he felt like an older Shane to me for some reason.
I've never thought that.
That's what it
That's a
felt
good
like.
comparison, actually.
It, at
And
least to me,
that
it did.
you'll see that more actually in the next couple episodes. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
I've never thought to compare them, but I can totally see that. They also said that he probably talks about murder books with the admirals, and that's what he's used to. He must be used to something because he pulled that out of his back pocket. Like he talks about it every single day. And I don't know how you start flirting and talk about serial killers, but that's just what he started with. Winchester told us that I also loved how much the show loved women, and instead of making them villains, because we all know in Hollywood that would have been done, and said all the women were so supportive. Yes, very
Hmm.
supportive. And even though Elena, she was very no nonsense, she was still supportive towards her friend. And then when she gave Scott that little whisper, "You deserve sunshine too," I love that because they usually portray women as being jealous or, yeah, in that realm, jealous. So I'm glad that they didn't do that.
Uh,
Let's see. Books said, I felt like when I was watching episode 3, I realized that that's the progress Shane and Ilya are working towards. Yep, just like you were saying, Nico, in terms of communication, even by episode 6, Shane and Ilya still need to work on some stuff. She
oh,
said, dot, dot, dot. I need to cough real
oh,
quick. Hold on.
because because when I was reading that earlier, I was like, Shane and Ilya making progress. I'm like, I'm kind of seeing it now in episode 4, but um, episode 4. Nah, we can talk about episode 4 when we get to it.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts on the soundtrack in the show so far? It's
The
a lot of
soundtrack is
people that I don't know. Were
it's
there any
music I
standout songs?
I maybe
Episode 3, no, only because you know that one Sunshine song? I had no idea what they were saying at all. The I need some, like the really fun beat at the
mm-hmm.
beginning when Scott was running. I didn't know what they were saying.
Yeah,
But
because like
episode 4, I like the music more because it was My Moon, My Man. That's my song. I have it on my Spotify playlist. And then All the Things She Said and the remix. So I liked music from episode 4 a little bit more.
mm-hmm. 'Cause it's just like with the music, it's not really the genres that I listen to. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I hear it, but it's not really doing anything for me. The funniest thing was when they were episode 2. I meant to bring that up yesterday. I forgot to. When
Mm-hmm.
they were in the when they were in that bathroom when it was Svetlana, Ilya, and Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
The piano that they was like playing that song when they was in there. It's hilarious because it's a part of a meme. It's the meme where they're like legendary players. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what legendary players do when they're talking about like Kobe stuff like that. If you've ever heard that meme.
You have to send. Is
Or I
it
could
like a
send it to
TikTok
you.
or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, yeah, I could send it to you. But like the what they were playing was the same one in there, and I was like, wait, isn't that the same legendary player thing? So I was like, yeah, that's funny. That's the only one that I really like caught, and then the one at the end of episode 4, that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And it also played like with the characters, you know what I mean? But besides that, I really haven't. I guess I can't say I haven't been wowed because I don't know what the music is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just more like I'm listening to it for the first time.
I think it's also a lot of Canadian artists, and then since it's this is technically a time period show, so if we didn't grow up with those songs, we wouldn't know them.
Oh, if that's the case, then I guess that makes sense. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just hearing it. I'm not trying to
Let's
say it's just
see.
noise, but you know what I mean.
No, because like I said, I didn't understand the lyrics of the Sunshine song, so it's okay.
Hmm.
Um, oh, this is interesting. Guy does stuff. Guy, what do you be doing? I'm curious to know. He said in the book, I believe Scott only allows himself to experiment with men when he isn't in New York. Interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh. Also, the one that seemed like they.
I
Yeah. Nah.
agree,
Exactly. That's
Frankie
what I was just
Otter.
looking to.
They said that also all the women seemed like they had a whole lives outside of being a sidekick, even if we didn't see much of it. Elena definitely, we saw that. Um, we see that with Rose in episode 4, who I wish that we got a little bit more from was Maria, and I also wish that we got to see Maria and Elena interact. Every time we saw them, they were there
Separate.
separately with the guys. I'm like, I need to see Elena and Maria interact, but it's clear they're friends since Elena was always asking about Maria's thoughts.
Hmm.
Let me see. Okay, I think I'm caught up with some of the comments. But let's see what else happened in episode 3 that we need to talk about.
Let me remember like where
Oh,
I've been personally jumping.
what did you think of them at the catering event? And Kip came out, spilled all his food over Scott, and then he looks up and he sees it's his man. Like, oh my goodness, it's Scott in the flesh.
Yeah, but it's like even with that though, when Scott apologized for it, he was like, "I shouldn't have been standing like right there outside the door to the kitchen." I was like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
you shouldn't have been." Like, you know, people like coming out with food, trying to like
Mhm.
at least trying to serve like all these high profile people as quickly as they possibly can. You shouldn't be right there. That's
Especially
where the most
swinging
foot.
doors like that.
Exactly, that's where the most foot traffic is going to be, and that's where people are going to have blind spots because they're probably either
Mhm.
trying to turn in the same direction that you were standing in. I
Oh
was like,
Lord, are
yeah,
you
that
getting
was your fault.
flashbacks?
No, it's not even that.
You're
Look,
getting. He used to work in the food industry. Are you getting flashbacks?
look, no, that's even how people are at where I'm at now. They
Oh
still be doing
really?
that, bro. People in bro, people would just be blind 24/7. But
Mhm.
the thing is, like, one thing about the show, a lot of these like old, like real older people, those are like the most insufferable people in these shows. Or in
Mhm.
this show, like when they're either talking to like the older like general managers or managers of the
Mhm.
team,
I get
the
what you're
older
saying.
lady at the fundraiser,
Mhm.
um, talking to what's it called? Talking to Scott when Kip bumped into him,
Mhm.
which even if he bumped into him, spilled something on him. There was not a single stain on that suit, by the way. White shirt wasn't stained at all. There were no issues.
But they
So
still got back to his place. That shirt had to come off. I
yeah, but
said,
it's
"Oh, the slow pan of Kip sitting at the window, just admiring the place. Like, oh my god, this place is nice. Like, I can't believe I got invited back here because I was a little bit hungry and the Mexican food spot was too busy, and Scott was scared. Hold on." And Scott was scared to get recognized, so he invited me back to his place. And now I'm here. And I'm just standing out the window, admiring the view. You know, this is New York City after all. He's probably in a high rise.
there
Then
you go.
I hear
And
clothes
then
ruffling
and
and
then Scott
rummaging in the
over there that
background.
he getting ready. You know what
So,
time it is. This is why I brought you here.
oh,
There was no food involved.
you
We are
think they
not
were
eating
still
in right
hungry?
now. They probably were.
Mm,
I didn't see them bring no food bags in, nothing.
mm-mm. No food was being made until the morning when they woke up, and now Skip's in the kitchen helping himself and making smoothies, which was cute. Because then I think Scott had a game that night. So that continuance of their the ritual, and I guess it's also why they kept talking about serial killers, because Scott has that smoothie ritual. So it it kind of flows into
Yeah.
no.
But now when Kip was about to try and walk out, and Scott was looking at him like I said, because in my reaction I was like, You're not a booty call. That's not what he brought you here for.
Uh,
What you just trying to move out of here like that for?"
you said
So
this man's not Ilya. He wants you to stay. And don't worry, I love Ilya, but Ilya he be hopping out that bed real quick.
yeah, well, not in the next episode. The next
No,
episode
no, no, we can't talk about
yeah,
that.
they kind of swap. But now we kind of did touch on what I thought about Elena at the fundraiser,
Mm-hmm.
Twix, and it's like I was in complete agreement with what Elena was talking about. I just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
let you know that, just so I wasn't like skipping over people.
Yeah, yeah,
Wish
yeah.
we got more scenes of them going out. If Scott, okay, yeah, nah, I definitely agree with that. Was it? Did you say Ramel? Was it Ramel
I think
Price?
it's Romel. I hope when I say you guys' name, I'm pronouncing them correctly. The
Mhm.
one thing I hate is getting somebody's name wrong. So if I do it, just know I'm not trying to do it on purpose. But I think it's Romel.
Yeah, which I also agree with that. But then we kind of saw that Scott did attempt to go out with Kip when they went to the art gala.
Hmm. Can
Oh,
you
art
highlight the
gallery.
comments, by the
Nah,
way?
I can't do that.
Oh, okay. So
I
I'll
would
do it
probably
when
have
you're
to. I would
talking.
probably have to sign in or something. I haven't made an account
Oh,
with this yet,
gotcha.
so I don't even know if this is would it be
If it's,
tied in.
yeah, if you can do it.
Yeah. Have y'all talked about the art music? Yeah, that's what I was gonna also get back to, because we talked about it a little bit,
Yeah.
but
Where are
but
we
I
at?
didn't want to just like jump, because where
Them.
we're at right now was them coming back to Scott's house doing what they did, and then
Wait,
it
in
was
that
a
dark room with their
yeah
silhouettes.
dark room. Him saying you look so beautiful. I'm like, what can you see?
Wait, 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 wait,
Like
wait,
what?
wait.
Like
When
what?
he Mortal Kombated Kip and pulled him up, I
Oh
said, wait a second.
oh yeah, I said Scott
I said,
manhandling. I was
wow.
like I was like you manhandling Kip. I was like- but then yeah, then that, like I said, that scene was so short.
It was.
Like
I'm
if it
glad you
was,
share the same disappointment.
I, look, look, we both know I don't really be caring about sex scenes like that. Like I wasn't disappointed. I was like, okay, cool. So we're just gonna
We're just gonna end
be,
right there.
yeah.
The
But it was like
funniest thing is
when
me
he woke
learning.
up and then trying to make the smoothie though. He was like, oh, did I wake you? Like, what do you think?
Were you still sleeping, Sleeping Beauty? No, but the fact that Scott woke up, right, but he turned over and was like, where's Kip?
Yeah,
Kip?
he was like, did you leave again? And then heard
How'd you get out?
and then hear the blender going. He was like, oh, okay. He didn't just leave me,
Mhm.
because that's not what I wanted. That's what I told you yesterday. I didn't want. So it was like, I was like, that's
He was looking around for his kippers.
exactly.
Justin, thank you so much for watching my reactions. I appreciate it. And you said that, oh, they got you into the show. I'm glad that you got into this good ass show because you saw me crying over it. Um, let's see. Did we read Cranky Honor? I'm now picturing Scott casually retreating from the mean lady he was talking about, and that's how he sound at the kitchen door. Oh, and that's why you probably meant stood, I think.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, when you oh yeah, it was probably stood. It was just it's like a little typo.
Winchester said, when I was thinking about it, weirdly enough, I geared towards Kip more in the show. Scott resonated. Wait, weirdly enough, Scott resonated with me more. Same with Shane and Ilya, but all in all, I've adopted all these lead characters.
Oh
Wait,
yeah, nah, no
Winchester,
worry, no
who
worry,
are you
Cranky.
saying
You good?
resonated with you more? Oh yeah, don't worry about typos. Y'all see me up here stuttering. It's fine.
Exactly.
Wait, Winchester, explain that a little bit more. Who did you relate more to? You said Scott resonated with you, but how'd you feel towards Kip? Same with Shane and Ilya. Who do you like out of the four of them? Like, who can you see yourself as, or like who do you like in the show out of the four of them? Like, who's your favorite character? I'm guessing.
Oh, out of the four?
Yeah, that was a weird way to ask that. Sorry,
No, you're good. I was still thinking about it.
because I'm thinking of
Cause
something like another question to ask.
mm-hmm. Um, honestly, right now, I don't know if I could pin it between one person, but it's like
Mhm.
to me right now, just because of episode three being my favorite episode of the show that I've seen, Kip and Scott are like my two favorite like male like lead characters. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I enjoy them a lot. So I can't really say which one might be my favorite. Maybe
Yeah.
Scott could, but who knows?
For me, I am Shane, and Ilya is my lover. That's what it is. I love me some Ilya, but I am Shane. I relate to Shane. I get Shane a lot. But Ilya, I would fall for his games, not gonna lie. Like, not really. I'm only saying that because, like, I'm just saying it. Like,
I hate
I
that
don't be
for
putting
you.
up with mess. I don't put up a mess though.
I
But
hate that
like,
for you.
Ilya, he's the type of character that I love in TV shows. In real life, absolutely not. But in TV shows, my favorite type of character.
Hmm.
Let's see. Oh, now we can talk about the museum since we're
Yeah.
there.
So it's like
With, go ahead.
okay. So my take on the museum, right? It
Hmm.
was one of
Or the
those.
art gallery, sorry.
Well, yeah, the art
Whichever it
gallery, the
was.
art museum. I couldn't really tell because it
Hmm.
looked like they might have gone there if they wanted to. They probably could have bought a painting. But at the
Hmm.
same point, I think you can buy paintings at museums too. So I literally don't know what the difference between a art gallery or galleria or a museum is. I don't know. I
I
couldn't tell
think
you.
the museum buys the painting. I don't think that people can actually buy paintings. I feel like
I
they
don't
can force their hand into buying something.
know.
Like
Hmm.
one of these billionaires out here, they could probably force somebody to
Yeah.
give a museum to give them something. But art gallery, I think it was art gallery. But yeah. When Scott hit that
Bro,
that hard ass
yeah, but it's like at the same point he like yeah, but it's like you can see he was like wearing the glasses so he couldn't be noticed.
he was
He was
incognito.
incognito just with a did he have a hat? What
Baseball
it,
cap.
yeah, baseball hat and then sunglasses on.
Hmm.
Inside by the way, which the lighting they had it was already kind of dark anyways. So now you
Hmm.
got sunglasses on too, bringing more attention to you, but eh.
He was so anxious. I felt really
Exactly.
bad for him in that
That's
moment.
why when he ran out, it also brought me back to the it was like the award thing that Ilya and Shane were doing in the last
Hmm.
episode.
Hmm.
Like when Shane was walking back to like the bathroom, and then it
Hmm.
also like the camera effect, it was blurry. So at
Hmm.
that point, I was like, okay, that's when his anxiety was at the max, and he was just trying to like get out the situation. And then when he went into the bathroom, he was kind of like hyperventilating a little bit. I noticed
Hmm.
that. So it was like that's kind of what Scott was doing too. It just didn't give you the same cinematography effect.
Hmm. Good
It was just more like
observation.
they was like explaining it.
Yeah, I don't notice camera work especially. I think I'm more of a character analysis kind of person. But when
Hmm.
it comes to lighting or music or even the camera work, I don't particularly focus on that or understand how it kind of works into the narrative unless it's overt, like in my face, or I know the lyrics of the song. If I
Okay.
don't know the lyrics of the song, I won't understand how it correlates to the moment because for some reason I don't hear lyrics the first time I hear a song, so that's kind of like a weird thing. So I just focus on the characters. But that's a
Oh, okay,
cool
okay.
observation that you have about the camera work. But yeah, he was. Wait, would you say Justin? Let me click on it. Scott O's kept one of those paintings for that in the art gallery. That he had the strength of all his peoples going from that. I said, wow.
So stupid. But it's like I don't know. I understood where both of their characters were coming from, like way more than I've. It's like I understand where Shane and Ilya are coming from, but
Mhm.
it's like with them, I don't know. I resonate with both of them a lot more than what I did the other two.
Mhm.
Maybe it could just be like an age thing, but even then, I don't know.
I think the important thing about episode 3 is that Skip's relationship puts in perspective on what Shane and Ilya are supposed to be in the future. And since they're at a more mature place in their relationship and even in their age or their emotional maturity, I feel like that's why it's easy to resonate with them. Whereas Shane and Ilya, they started out so young and they're still trying to figure it out. So we're kind of waiting for them to get older and be at this place in life that they just aren't just at all. And that's
Yeah.
what we see a lot in episode 4. Well, we'll get to episode 4. Oh, Winchester was saying that they're half asleep, but in the books you were more drawn to Kip, while in the show, Scott is what got you more. I get what you're saying now. She had a comment. There's a generational difference between Scott and Shane with their sexuality. Shane has that gay friend from the Olympics, but Scott couldn't even be seen in public with Kip at the art gallery in a friendly way. That is true. Because because he kind of assumes that everyone would think that they're in a relationship instead of they're just friends who are at an art gallery. Whereas Shane, he was open enough to support his friend publicly. So I get what you're saying.
But it's like with that though, even like with the friendly way, like don't get me wrong, I completely understand where you're coming from. But it's like if I'm playing devil's advocate for what I've seen from Scott and also from what he talked about, it's like in the public eye, if it's not just hockey, people don't really know anything about Scott besides hockey. So it's like,
That's true.
what would they have said if they saw
He was
him
caught.
like just around somebody else that's not like in that field? You know what I mean? Like, would they say that that's one of his good friends? Would they say that he's dating? Who knows? But then also, even when I say that, when they went to the fundraiser, like closer to the end of the episode, and he was like, "Hey, I gotta go talk to a old friend of mine." He had no issue with that, but I guess it's more because the people in that type of
Environment.
in that environment, they already have
Know
an idea.
him.
Yeah, they have an idea of who Scott is, what he does, and then they're also at his like fundraiser almost. So they wouldn't have like judged him in that same eye
Yeah.
as what the public would have. So maybe that could have been what it was. But I do kind of feel like he was overreacting just a little bit. Like, oh yeah, this is people are gonna think that this is immediately like a date. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't
That's
know.
what
I
that
can't really
anxiety
place it.
does to you. He
Exactly.
just went to the worst case scenario, and it didn't even have to be like that. But that's his sort of like his worst fears coming true, that maybe somebody might think the worst of him and judge him for it. And he thinks the worst is being outed. So that's just his anxieties. Let's see. And a game changer, Kip steals a kiss with someone while Kip and Scott's relationship is in limbo, and that really surprised me. I'm glad that moment was taken out. I'm glad too. Huh. Game changer is more Kip-centric. Okay. Winchester was saying, in the books, Ilya hit me like a ton of bricks, but the show, Shane made me balls my eyes out. Every time Shane has the nerve to have tears in his eyes, I start crying. I'm like, Shane, put those eyes away. Gosh. Let's see. Sugar Deer said, the way a lot of fans act reinforces Scott's fears of being clocked, honestly. Even the way some people have talked about him when he wasn't out. Yup. So his worst fear is that. They clarified, as in the way they talk about François from when he wasn't out. Ugh, this fandom and François, I swear to God, like they need to go get a life. Oh Lord, some people in this fandom, the way they have taken this show so far out of context and applied all of the worst lessons you can have from the best lessons that they put in the show, really weird. Some people just, I don't know.
Could you give me some examples since I don't really know?
Well, just real quickly, the actors who play Ilya and Scott, they live in the same area in LA, so they hang out a lot. And there's speculations because Francois, he's actually bi, and that's been confirmed for years because he's also played a lot of queer characters in his acting career. So there's speculation that they could be dating, and nothing's confirmed. All they've said is we're friends. Even if they weren't, like that's their personal lives. They're playing characters on a TV show. The only thing that we can and should talk about these people is the characters that they're playing and the art that they make, not their personal lives. So people have been speculating, and the hate has gotten so bad just because they've been pictured together. And it's like
when people are like hating because they're together.
Yeah, just friendly stuff, going to events together that they were both invited to. It's crazy on the streets. And Francois, he's not taking it. He like speaks on it just a little bit. and basically says that all these Parasoldier fans need to go get a life, and it's not gonna bother me or stop my shine. Exactly, but it's like the thing that Scott is so afraid of in the chatter from the outside world is exactly what they're giving the actors. And I find that so strange. How can you be compassionate and empathetic towards a character, but you can't do the same towards real life people who are playing these characters? That's what I don't like. A lot of people, they have empathy and sympathy and will take up for fictional characters, but when it comes to real life people who are living and breathing, have a personal life, have a family, da 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 da, etc., you are so rude to them. It doesn't make sense to me. Y'all need to get a life. Not y'all in the live, obviously, but the people and the parasocial haters. It's crazy on Twitter, on Instagram. Their mentions are insane. So yeah, that's pretty much what they're talking about.
Um, it sounded like what's it called? Just K-pop fandom and everything, and that's kind of.
The scary part is there's so many people a part of the fandom that are K-pop stans that are
Oh, no, it makes sense. Okay,
I need to whisper that.
it's cool. We can
Ariana
keep.
Grande fans, they are so mean to that lady. And that's my girl, but they are so mean to that lady. And those same type of fans stand these men. And it's like, oh, ugh, don't get me started on Love Island fans. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going on a rant right now. These people are crazy. And they need to go
Uh,
get a life. So yeah, that's pretty much. Even the director is aware of all this, and the author of the books. It's like y'all need to stop. Okay, sorry, y'all. Uh, let's move on. Guy says I find myself more character focused the first time than on the rewatch. On the rewatch, I notice a lot more about the music and camera work. Exactly. It's like now that I know what to expect, I can kind of watch other things that's going on. But when I initially watch something, I definitely watch characters. Ooh, a question for both of us. When do you think Kit made the decision to leave Scott? During the Elena talk, the tucks in the closet, or their talk in the kitchen?
uh, it was like I feel like hmm. So it's like I feel okay. The Elena talk put more perspective into like Kip's like thought and mindset because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he was already having some doubts that he just didn't want to outwardly bring out because I don't want to also out this person that's not like out
Mm-hmm.
with their sexuality in public. I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt them. But at the same point, I'm hurting and I don't know how to express that because I'm not being as forthfront with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the real like the final nail in the coffin was when they were listening to Scott's speech at the fundraiser.
So you
I
didn't
feel
even
like
think the
I feel
conversation.
because if you look at how both of them were looking once he finally stopped talking, they were
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't think this is gonna be able to move forward right now.
Yeah.
I don't. We they both were looking like they weren't confident,
Uh-huh.
like with how the relationship would go,
I get
and
that.
then and then when he probably could have won Kip back at the talk in the house, the moment he said years once again, it was like, yeah,
Years,
that's,
dog. Years.
yeah, I don't think we can have the same thing
Mm-hmm.
that both of us express that we want, but because of your career, we can't have that in
Mm-hmm.
the same time frame that would work for the
And we don't
both of
even know
us.
how
So
old
yeah,
Scott is to be talking about when I retire. Like, dog,
yeah,
when do you retire? Can
yeah,
you give me a date? He just kept saying, you know what, a couple years. Can we quantify?
yeah.
Can
Nah,
we
he's
qualify?
he's just
But
crazy.
for me personally, it was the Elena talk. Because, like you're saying, he had some doubts, but he didn't know how to process his emotions or even express his emotions.
Mhm.
So I feel like Elena put everything into a perspective that he was already thinking. So, and I also feel like if Elena didn't basically force that out of him, he would have stayed in the relationship a lot longer with Scott because of how much he loved him, even though he was hurting. And
Yeah,
if Elena kind of didn't step in and basically tell him, like, no, this is not the man that I know, this is not the relationship that I know that you want, he may love him, but right person, wrong time. And as much as you love this man, you know this is not the relationship you want to be in. And you don't deserve this type of arrangement. essentially. So I actually think it was the Elena talk. But now that you mentioned that when they were watching Scott's speech and like how they sort of felt not uncomfortable. I think uncomfortable is the word, but everything kind of fell into place that oh,
Yeah,
this is not going to work for us. Yeah,
yeah.
but it's definitely I think Elena put a lot of things in perspective for him. Guy was saying Skip is so hard in episode 3 because you see both of them want, but they can't have it. Scott only has hockey and his hockey family, so he can't give Kip what he wants. It's sad, very, very sad. Okay, Donatella. Low key, I would be a concubine if I bagged someone like Scott. Hold on, me too. I don't mind being a little secret. I'm sorry. I can do whatever I want in private and not have people in my relationship. Having public relationship is crazy nowadays. People are so obsessed with you. The way that everyone wants you to be a TikTok couple, yeah. Buy me some pretty stuff in private. I'll wear it out to your little galas, your little fundraisers, your little events with no paparazzi. Thank you. Thoughts, Nico?
Nah, it's once you get like down the comments, like
Oh, we have a
I'm
few, don't we?
yeah. Once you get down the comments, it's a couple that I was looking at, and then Adrian said something recently, but
Mhm.
we can get to that once we get to the other stuff you want to highlight. Because I
Okay.
was thinking about it, I'm like, maybe, but
Wait, let me see. Was it something that we were talking about? Is it this comment?
yeah,
I don't
that's
know
what
if
I
anyone
was.
noticed, but the author inspired Scott and Kip's story over Stephen Bucky fan fiction. Yeah, I totally believe that because the way that people explained it is it in the first Captain America movie, but Steve is running with Sam, and
Mm,
he's in like this gray shirt, and the same gray shirt that Scott is wearing. So yeah, I think it's definitely based on Stucky fan fiction. Let me go back up and see if we had any more comments talking about episode 3. Oh, this is a good one from Cranky Otter. Aside from the game-changing plot bits, episode 3 was important because people saw different gay relationships, so people could stop trying to make Shane and Ilya into an archetype of gay relationships. Yeah, we got to see different relationships that we usually get to see in straight relationships as well. So it was nice to see that they weren't so much of the same. So I agree. Sage was saying this isn't overly talked about in the show, but I think the extra picture of the hockey foundation that Scott received the scholarship from being religious probably played a role in him staying closeted. Did you pick up on the fact that they might also be religious? I
mm,
didn't.
I didn't really. I don't think that really came into mind. So I don't.
Yeah. Is
It
that a
possibly
canon
could have
in the
been.
books? Because if so, that kind of changes my perspective a little bit. Because we didn't get that at all in the show, and this is even the first I'm hearing of that. So is that canon in the books?
It's like I could see it being like that.
Yeah,
I just thought it was a. I don't know.
because he
Maybe
kept
because of
talking
like
about
fundraiser was a type of fundraiser. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It would make sense.
He kept talking about I didn't want to disappoint my family. So it would definitely make sense if the fun was also religious. Um. Justin said one wonders if Scott will be in trouble with St. Thomas organization after coming out on that.
Oh wait,
Oh,
maybe that's why it was
yeah,
religious because it's called the Saint
St.
Thomas.
Thomas.
I was not paying attention to the name of the.
I wasn't
It didn't.
either.
It didn't like sit in my mind. So yeah, that makes okay.
No.
That makes way more sense then. Okay,
Wait, turn your head for a second.
I can't even see.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
cleaning my glasses at the right point, I guess.
Yeah, because yeah. Anyway, just don't go past 9:56, okay? In the comments if you're reading again.
Oh, okay.
Donatella says, can we talk about episode 4? Yes, we will. Oh gosh, we will
I
talk about
think we're
episode 4.
I think we're basically. I think we've talked about most of episode 3.
Yes, Winchester. Yes.
I think we've really, because what this whole first hour
Oh, it's been
has
an hour?
has all been about episode 3, because that's the one that I have the most opinions on, at least
Okay.
personally.
Thank you, books. Thank you. Toxic fandom makes my booty itch real bad. Like, bad. Bad. Don't look at me like that. Bad. Yeah, a lot of fandoms are very toxic. And the fact that I spend most of my social media time on Twitter, that is absolutely very toxic. Good Lord. I see the worst of the worst. So, yes, let's see. I'm gonna read the last of the episode 3 comments, and then I think we'll move on to episode 4.
Oh, if it was a
Um,
Justin's comment that you were reading, yeah, don't worry. You're not spoiling anything for me. I couldn't even seen it.
oh, okay.
I ain't tripping.
Okay.
I got these glasses on for a reason.
Mhm, mhm.
I could not read anything the moment those went off.
So they said St. Thomas would be Catholic. Interesting. Yeah, don't worry about it, Justin. But that was like a good moment, so I don't want it to be spoiled. Okay. Okay, so I think we're all caught up. Episode 4. We get back to Shane and Ilya, my 2 acquaintances who
You
don't know
good?
anything about it. Yeah, it's fine, Justin. It's just he chose a good moment to start cleaning his glasses because you saw I didn't read the rest of the yeah. But moving on, don't worry about it. Episode 4. We get back to Shane and Ilya. What did we open with? Oh, we get the montage of how they've been spending the last 2 years. Hockey's been going great. They've been beating each other. They have.
Yeah, beating each other, all right.
I said, wait, double entendre. Let me pause. They've been hitting the boards, hitting the showers.
Bro,
Yep.
bro, he hits him up against the wall in the hockey rink, and then goes
And
straight to him getting hit in the
I
bed too. I'm
said,
like, bro, what?
wow,
What are we doing?
that was inspired. I'm not gonna lie. Like, how do you think of something like that? That was. I
It
had
was
a second and really
definitely.
admired the
It felt
work.
like it felt like peak like TikTok, YouTube short editing. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like they just did that, and I was like, okay.
That was good. Sorry, I just had to take a moment because of all the scenes that I wish we would have gotten to see longer on the sofa. Yeah. Amanda says that Twitter is terrifying. Hold on, let me see. I've seen a couple of posts from there. And oof, I like the fandom on Threads for the most part. I don't understand how to work Threads. I don't get it. What is that app? I've been on Twitter for way too long. Let me see. Really, Cranky Otter? It's hard to catch me in the montage. Ilya tells Shane, I want to please you. When does he say that? I've watched that a couple times. And I've never seen that. Because if he says that, that kind of goes along with something else in future episodes. Someone said, come to Blue Sky. Oh, Blue Sky, I tried you out for 2 days back when they were new. No
Mhm.
features on that app. I said, what am I supposed to do on here? They don't even have a trending page. They don't even have like searchable things. And this was a year ago, so I don't know how it is now. If
It's
Blue
probably
Sky
better now.
was basically a one-to-one copy of Twitter, I would have left.
But if it was a 1-to-1 copy, then the same issues would probably end up happening. That's probably like,
Wait. The edit I just saw, the DNA by Kendrick Lamar, right? That was inspired. Cinema. You have to see some of these edits. The one to Big Old Freak. Oh, big booty, big old cheeks. Yep.
maybe I don't need to see these things.
No,
I think
I
I'll be
sent
okay.
them to you. Please don't act like you didn't listen to Big Old Freak when it came out. Bumping it on the way
I
home.
listened to
Please.
Meg. No, I definitely did. I just don't think I need to see the edits for the show, because I already have an idea.
Thank you, Guy. I don't even have to read this out because you agree with me. Yes. Extended cut, extended version. I know they have it. Okay, but episode 4. We were talking about the montage. Then that ends. And oh, we're at the aquarium with Hayden. How do you feel about Hayden? I actually never put this in my reactions because people feel very um they feel what word? Strongly about Hayden. They love that man. How do you like Hayden?
Oh, they do?
Yeah. First time I saw him, he creeps me out, not gonna lie, with talking about my wife likes to feed hockey players. I thought that he was offering him to be in the throuple. I said, wait, I don't know what type of show this is yet. So are we coming to have a good time, Hayden? That's what I first thought.
Oh, bro.
And
But
then
it's like,
somebody in the comments was like, no, girl, it's not that kind of show. Hayden is very committed to his wife. I said, oh, that's all the vibe I got. Like, good for Hayden. But yeah, when they were
it's
at the
like
museum and he was calling his wife's friend hot, I said, wow, I don't know about this guy.
that's just a descriptor that people be given.
The way that he kept
But it's
repeating
like
it, though, he's
but
like,
it's like at the
she's
same
so
point.
hot, dude. Like, she's hot. She does yoga, implying that she's flexible. I'm like,
But it's
okay,
like,
Hayden.
look, maybe he's trying to speak up this girl for his friend and team captain Shane that he hasn't seen with nobody except his texting pal. What's it called? What is
Jane. Lily.
Yeah, Lily. Like that's the only person that I've seen you interact with over
Mm-hmm.
the past 5 years that I've known you.
Shane apparently also in that same conversation, Hayden said that he had a thing with the girl. I forgot the name it actually was because Hayden got her name wrong. I think he said it was Jessica or something. So he has had, I
Oh
guess,
yeah, maybe.
talking stages with people, but it hasn't got anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because
But I don't know.
everyone's saying they love Hayden. I told you they feel strongly about that Hayden. The way y'all feel about Hayden, I feel about Carter. That's the good man right there. Oh, in episode 3, when he was holding Scott down, when they were talking to that one guy, and he was inferring that, oh, your game got good. Are you with a girl now? And Carter was like, nah, we're just gelling as a team.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, Carter is how I feel about.
like yeah. Even that guy. It was probably somebody from the St. Thomas or whatever. What was it called? Saint what?
The foundation, yeah, the St. Thomas
Okay, it
Foundation.
was St. Thomas because I was just
Mm-hmm.
thinking about the what's it called? The I don't know. I was thinking about the island. I was like, wait, this is not St. Thomas Island. No,
Island girl,
yeah,
Caribbean girl. Okay, Nico.
that's how I was like, what am I thinking? But no,
Mm-hmm.
maybe because he was also one of those old people that was like getting to me. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a tough subject with him and his parents, which I didn't know at the time. His parents
Mm-hmm.
were dead, and he was like,
Yeah,
yeah, your parents would have
would have been
loved these
proud.
moments. They would have been proud of you. And it's like, oh, my bad, I forgot that that's a sore subject for you. Like, what
Mm-hmm.
do you mean you forgot?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm like, some of these old people are just insufferable.
It's been 20 years, and you had to have known it's been 20 years because I've been a part of the foundation for 20 years. Like, okay,
Bro,
God.
just insufferable.
Mm-hmm.
But
But yeah, everyone in the comments saying that they love Hayden. That's why I cut it out my initial reaction. I didn't need the Hayden shooters in my comments talking about I love Hayden. He's just saying that so then Shane could date her, could date his wife's friend. I know. I know how some people feel about book characters, so I just ignored it. But yeah, we get that moment. That was cute though. We got to see their friendship. And
mm-hmm.
then um what are we? Back in the hotel room? Are we back in the hotel room with Shane and Hayden? And Shane's
uh,
like, hey, I'm going out.
oh my
I'm
god,
leaving.
bro, Hayden did not
Just let you
care.
know.
Hayden did not care. He's like, bro,
Mhm.
get out. Go- Are you gonna go
Because I
meet somebody
die.
cool? Leave. You sure that's fine, sir? Like, bro, when you hit him with the go fuck yourself, he was like, yeah, I probably will a couple times actually.
Mhm.
Like, bro, I don't care. Get out the room.
Please go. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. You see, I have all those children. I need a moment alone.
Oh my
But
god, bro. Nah, but when he was like, when he was like, man, I need to get a vasectomy. Like, sir,
it's way
you're
four
four,
children.
you're 4 kids in, man. Like,
Even Shane had to say it like, yeah, buddy, I think your time has passed.
hey, bro.
So Lily's just a buddy, exactly. Oh, the way that he clocked everybody, wait.
Yeah,
Svetlana
bro.
was clocking Ilya, Hayden
Like
was clocking Shane.
they think that they're sneaky, but they're not.
Hmm. And Ilya's friend, what's his name? The dark-haired guy on the team that he's always talking to.
Hmm.
When I watched the show, I remember his name, but I can't think of it right now. He's always like, "Man, this Montreal girl just really gets you going, Ilya." And it's like, so they know there's a girl
Yeah.
in Montreal, and then there's a girl in Boston.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because like both of them, they think that they're being sneaky, but when they're texting, they're so entranced
Marlo.
in.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, they're so entranced in like the text messages and the interaction that they're having. They don't notice
Wait,
that somebody is behind them reading their text messages. Like you forgot Svetlana was reading your message the moment you came back, and she surprised you. She was like, "Who's Jane?" Like
uh-huh.
she knows who Jane is.
She's known since the beginning, and the fact that you're still texting Jane, and when she asked you, you had the nerve to be like, "What?
What?
You
Who?
mean the person you're texting in the same car as me right now?"
The person you've been texting for years? Like
Like, buddy.
just like she should be able to, like, if she doesn't know, I feel like she has to know about Shane because he's always watching them. Like, bro, you watching an infomercial about this real estate man doing yoga outside his home,
Mhm, mhm.
and the moment she says, "Oh yeah, he's hot," you
He's
cut
like,
the
"Click.
TV off.
Thank you for noticing that." He said, "What?" He said, "Oh, I don't play that. I don't play that." He
stop talking
said,
about stop talking about my man. Like, bro.
"Uh-huh. We're childhood best friends, but I don't play that." Mm-mm. Yes, they're
Nah,
obsessed with each
if
other, and they're always
if
watching.
if Hayden saw that picture too, Hayden would have jumped. Would have been surprised the same way I was.
Mhm.
Oh
He would have
my
been like,
god,
"Lily, Lily, is that you?"
Lily, that's Little Richard. I'm sorry, never mind.
Let me see. Exactly, Winchester. Why do you think I'm in love? You're giggling and kicking your feet, talking about the way I just said that, giggling and kicking your feet, talking about Russians don't blush. You're blushing, sir. He was so excited texting Shane, and Shane was barely texting that man back. But when they were about to face off with each other, he was so excited. Like, yeah, clearly you're in love. Oh, what else happened? So we were talking about. Oh, they get over to Ilya's house. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Inspired work again. Yeah. Moving on to when they finally get to the sofa and they have a cute little conversation. They're finally talking. It's only about hockey,
Oh my god, bro.
but they're finally talking.
And they're talking, and then Ilya takes the phone call from his dad, in which
Oh,
I.
whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry, I tried to skip over, those scenes. But they come
Oh,
back, right? And Ilya's like, stay. And
mhm,
he's
yeah,
being
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
cute and sweet and soft with him. And Ilya that we have never seen before in our lives. Ilya, he's always quick to leave or kick somebody out. But this time he said, Shane, get back to bed. He said, Shane, let me kiss and touch and rub all over you. Shane, will you stay? Is
It
Hayden your
literally,
mom?
it literally hit him with the. Do you have to go? Like you could just stay here. Like you don't have to go anywhere. I was like, oh, okay, so
He
we're
said,
actually getting somewhere.
I know your schedule. You can stay.
Oh my
So
god. Oh, that's
stay.
all. That's all the both of them though.
The way
They
that
literally
they
look
kept looking at the schedules.
just
Winchester, thank
obsessed,
you. The
obsessed.
strut to the door. I just said that in my Patreon reaction for the rewatches. I said the way that Connor strutted to that door. It's embedded in my memory. It truly is. I don't know what's it about. I don't know. And then the Mr. Real Estate. Oh, I love that little real estate bit whenever they talk about it. But yeah, Ilya asks Shane to stay. Shane says yes. And then we get into the kitchen. And Shane said, let me, and Ilya was like, let me make my man some food. I'm going to make a tuna melt, which is apparently the national meal of Canada. I don't know what a tuna melt is. Never heard of that in my life until
What a
the show.
tuna melt is the national meat.
The national meal. Now, what exactly? Wait, Donatella said that Ilya baby strapped Shane with tuna melts and ginger ale. The fact that his refrigerator was stocked with tuna melt, which you know that Shane would love since he's Canadian, and ginger ale. that Shane just genuinely goes to everyone's houses asking for a ginger ale, or he goes to a restaurant asking for a ginger ale. Yes, Ilya was on a mission to seduce his lover into being his boyfriend. It might have worked. It might have. Just imagine this
But
moment right there if they would have gotten together.
okay, but so with that whole thing, right? Even
Mm-hmm.
after what happened on the sofa,
Mm-hmm.
am I wrong for not understanding what
The
the issue
conversation was
was?
about. Wait, which
No,
part?
no, I mean like after
Wait, hold on.
Shane
Hold this
was
thought.
sit.
Let's get to the conversation though. They were talking
Mm-hmm.
about hockey, la 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 la. Shane started talking about oh well Ilya asked Shane, what's your schedule looking like? Oh, you're going to all the hot weather
Yeah,
states.
yeah, yeah.
And Shane's like, yeah, it's hot. There's some hot women. Are you into women, Shane? What's going on there? And Shane's like, what are you talking about? And then he goes into his host feel that him and Svetlana have been hooking up, and that's been great. And Shane was obviously not having it.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't picking up on the sarcasm. He just heard that Shane is that Ilya is sleeping around, and like, I don't play that. My man can't be sleeping around. Like, I don't play that. I don't know even why you're telling me right now. And his answers were short. And then
And
Ilya
then
just kept
Ilya's
asking him, "Are you into women? Come on, man. I'm sleeping around. How about you?" And Shane just wasn't. First of all, the way that Ilya worded that whole conversation was not good. Not good at all.
yeah.
And then on top of that, Shane wasn't really understanding why Ilya was asking those questions. So there was a lot of miscommunication going around, and they're right in front of each other's face. How that happened, no clue. But there was a lot of miscommunication going around. What Ilya,
Mm.
excuse me, what Ilya was getting at was, Shane, we've been doing this for a while. Do you know your sexuality, and do you want to be exclusive? That was basically what he was trying to ask in a very roundabout way.
Well, it was less of a roundabout way and more of a
It
it
wasn't
was more of
straightforward.
a Russian way. Like there's
What's the
still that
Russian way?
there's still that
What's the
cultural
Russian way?
there's still a cultural issue that they're having right now, which one of them is Canadian, always been Canadian. Well, the other was Russian, always been Russian. So they don't speak in the same like mannerisms, like you know what I mean. One of them was like, yeah, this is just me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
open as I can be.
Yeah.
I have sex with men. I have sex with women. But they're all cool. Svetlana's cool. She
Wait,
has her own
cranky,
life and everything. But
cranky
I'm
otter.
really
I
only
was
looking
just
at
thinking
you.
this. Hold on. I agree with what Cranky was saying. Ilya is direct about sex, yes, but in all other things, he speaks in subtext. Shane is direct about everything but sex. Hit the
Yeah,
nail on the
yeah,
head.
basically.
Yes,
Yep.
that's what it was.
Yeah, but it's like he was implying like the other person he was talking about was Shane, and Shane wasn't picking that up. And they
No,
probably could have got to that if
they were
that phone
joking
call didn't happen.
around, and Shane, like, he did pick up on it, right? But it was still in the back of his
Yeah.
mind. My thing is, I feel like I was more upset for Shane in that moment than Shane was actually upset. Because after Ilya started joking around, Shane, he started picking up and they started joking around together. He was like, "Oh, I don't know that side of you." And then he said something else. Oh, Ilya was like, "I like you." And what he say? Oh, you're good. He probably said like you're good at getting head too. And then Shane was like, "Ha ha ha," and joked back.
I think that is
So
what he said.
yeah. So Shane was picking up on the jokes, and I think he understood the conversation perfectly fine. I'm just more upset on his behalf because Ilya, what
Yeah,
were we getting at?
he probably thought that they both were being exclusive, if anything, even though they weren't talking about it.
He was also like, I just cooked you a meal. Wait, no, I sexed you and then I cooked you a meal. I had your favorite drink stocked. What do you think this is? Just like when Scott was like, "What? You think you're leaving?" Like, no. Ilya was basically laying out the same thing. Like, no.
Yeah,
Like, we're about to do this.
I was also thinking, I was like, because I know Shane didn't bring no clothes over, so I was like, maybe he's wearing Ilya's clothes.
He
And then
was.
and then when I was like talking about it in my reaction, right? I was like,
Mm-hmm.
wait, yeah, Shane in a shirt. I don't think I've ever seen this man really wear a shirt before. And I was like, wait a minute. When he was in the hotel room
Uh-huh.
when he let him in, he ain't have a shirt on.
Uh-huh.
When he let him into his house, he didn't have a shirt on. I'm like, why am I noticing this? But this man does not be wearing shirts if he doesn't have to.
No, now that you mention it, I guess because I enjoyed the view, I'm just like, okay, thank you. Wait,
I'm
I did notice it actually. I'm lying.
I'm
Yeah.
like, did he get these clothes for him specifically? Are those his clothes?
Uh-huh.
But I'm
He probably
like,
has a whole drawer dedicated to Shane. Shane was about to move in. If
bro,
Shane would just
if he had a Shane drawer without this man ever coming over, he was already prepared. I don't know, because I think that might have been like one of the first few times that
are you saying
he
it's a bad thing or he was just like prepared? Which
look.
one?
So here's the thing, right? Say I have somebody I've been
No,
with for like
we're not putting real
no
life
ma'am.
scenarios into
If
this.
I have
No, this is whimsy. Stop it.
if a girl comes over to my house and I already have a
Right.
drawer ready for her, and that's the first time she been to my house, ma'am.
No, no, no. Worst off, worst off. You know those men on social media who be like prepping the pads for women on their period, talking about I'm trying to get my wife right. So then she doesn't even have to lift a finger. I got her chocolates. I have her steak. I have her some water. I have tea. That would basically be like that. I would be
Okay,
creeped out.
but that's the
Yes.
thing.
Do
That's
you
their
want me to
wife
say
though.
yes?
That's their wife. I'm just saying if that's the because what I'm getting
No,
is that was the
I'm saying
first time he was
if
there.
that was the same scenario for you with the girl that you just invited back to the house and you had like all this pad stuff prepped
Oh
for her,
yeah, bro,
that
that's
would be
crazy. That
the
is
same
crazy
scenario
work.
as you having a
That
drawer
is
for her.
crazy work. Like even though like I care about that, that's the first.
Yeah. But also, if you have money though, yes, you need to spoil
Eh,
me. I need to open up the closet and have dresses and shoes and oh my, yes. Sorry. Yep. Let's not act like you're not a gold digger. Just kidding. You don't want to be wined and dined.
nah, I'm not in my soft girl era right now.
But yes, to finish up with Winchester was saying, English was failing Ilya in that moment. It definitely was.
Yep.
Justin was also saying that he didn't make sure that Shane understood that somebody else meant Shane. Yep. And also, Cranky was saying that Ilya grew up in an abusive family, so it's never safe to be direct out of the gate. Huh. Good perspective to have. So yeah, it was. You have a good mouth.
Yeah.
I like you, not as a person, but you have a nice mouth. Yep. That's what he said. And Shane picked up that it was a joke, so that's cute. Um Cranky, you read a fic where Hayden borrowed that shirt. That's funny. Winchester was saying that. What was also so devastating was when Ilya told Shane, "Oh, you know me, I'm lazy," and Shane told him, "No, he wasn't, and that he doesn't know that side of him." It hurt because Ilya's heard that all his life to the point where it's become natural thought. Yep, I said that
Yeah.
in my first reaction. I was like, "Don't bring up what your father has been telling you in this moment
Yeah,
because
because
no."
I don't think I said that outwardly, but I was in my head like, that's something that his dad's been saying about him. So of course he's gonna repeat that back.
And
But
he's internalized it, and now he's making it as a joke, which it's not funny. It's
yeah.
not funny at all. I hate
But
that
it's like
daddy.
but then it's like now we're on to that conversation when he picked up the phone and finally talked to his dad. It
Mhm.
was like, are you okay? Because that's when it felt like his like dementia or whatever he has is like really got to the point of him wondering
Mhm.
where his son is that his only son that
Yeah.
he can depend on is like, hey, where are you?
I was like, ain't that some shit? You got Alexi right there, probably in your face, and you're calling
Bro,
me a whole continent away. You
bro,
have
it's
a
not even
wife,
that. It's
and you're
not
calling
even
me.
that. Like, I don't know where his wife is because she hasn't popped up yet. But it's like
Mhm.
Alexi's getting paid to take
To be
care of
there.
somebody that he's not taking care of.
Mhm. It's like you can take my money, but you can't use it responsibly to take care
Exactly.
of our own father.
Yep. But then, like after that, then they had that next couch scene, right after Shane asked him how was his dad doing,
Mhm.
and you just basically put him on his chest.
Wait,
They were
wait,
just
wait.
sitting
We
there.
have to say how much that Ilya lit up. That he was so interested in even the conversation that he had with his dad. It
Bro,
was
it's like
so
you learn
cute.
Russian.
He's like, "Oh,
You
you
speak
speak
Russian.
Russian now." The way, Ilya's eyes changed, and he was so happy. Connor, Hudson, the actors that you are. Ugh, I will always praise
Oh
them.
wait,
Uh-huh.
nah, I'm kind of playing it back, and I don't know what meaning Shane meant now. When he was like, yeah, I know what dad means, and in Russian. I'm like, okay, that's cute. He knows what dad is, and I'm like, wait,
Uh-huh.
he knows what dad is.
Well, it's
What's he?
because his dad is Papa.
No, but I'm just
I
saying.
didn't realize that.
But I'm like,
You
what
think
is? I'm like, what is he calling?
you think he's calling him daddy?
That's why I was like, wait a minute.
You could have just said that instead of acting like you could have just said that. But you wanted me to say it. Okay, sir.
That's not even that I wanted you to say that. That's why I'm like, what was he meaning by that? You know what I mean?
Okay. He was actually talking about his Russian father, Papa. But
Amen.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was excited that Shane was interested in his family life, and then they started cuddling, and that cuddling turned into something more, which I thought they were just gonna cuddle, but these two don't just ever cuddle. But also the fact that I kind of didn't take into mind on my first watch of how vulnerable Ilya was in that moment because Shane overheard something going on with his family, something that
Mm-hmm.
Shane is not even aware of, especially since Shane doesn't understand the relationship that they have. And he's always asking about, do you have to go to Russia? And it's like Shane finally gets a glimpse into Ilya's personal life. They never dive deep there. And that was a vulnerable moment for him. So then when they're like doing what they do, they finish and then they start kissing. And Ilya says Shane's name for the first time. This is when you were saying that you didn't quite understand. Sir, you don't understand the romance tropes. Let me explain
No.
to you. Listen up, come close. Turn up your headphones. So, in romance, whenever there's characters that call each other by either a nickname, it can be their last name, the name of the city that they're in, or their state that they're from. That
Mm-hmm.
means that whenever they call the person that they're in, their love interest by their first name, it's a major moment. So throughout this whole series, we've only been hearing Ilya and Shane call each other by their last name. So as soon as Ilya says Shane, and you know how when people reach their pinnacle, they say either I love you or they mainly say I love you. That was their version of I love you by saying
No.
their name. So it was a pivotal moment because we realized that the relationship has taken a turn and they have deeper feelings for each other.
Mm-hmm. And I
Class is
was
dismissed.
yeah, but it's like at that point I was like, okay, I guess they're doing good. And
Mm-hmm.
then and then I was like, when Shane jumped up and
Hold
was
on, hold on,
doing
hold
what
on, hold on.
no,
Ilya said it right. Shane, in the spur of the moment, climaxing. Love it. Shane slowed the moment down, got real serious, and said Ilya's name back to him. Like, Shane, if you don't want to go there, don't say this man's name.
but but in that moment I'm like, bro, why is Shane the one acting like this? I was like, Shane is acting like he has post nut clarity and he didn't even do anything. Like he didn't do anything. Why
Yeah.
is he freaking out now? That's why I
It's
was confused.
because they have so much bottled emotions for each other, and it finally spilled out. They don't even know if the other likes them deeper than just hooking up.
The
So it's the
infamous
fact that
tuna
they've
melt.
been wined and dined, and now it's getting serious. Oh, Sage, come on, girl, come on now. Nika, I think this is for you.
I think that's for you.
They've
That
already seen my reaction.
that that doesn't do anything for me. That question is for you.
Let me see. Yeah, but even though they were cuddling, Ilya still didn't answer Shane's
Oh,
question.
absolutely not.
No, what did he have time? They went from cuddling, maybe he was gonna say a little bit
Well, no, he
afterwards,
was.
and then Shane's head went from up here on my shoulder to down here. What was Ilya supposed to do? He's just a man. What was he supposed to do? Let me see. Oh, I meant to click on this one. The part of his character was probably something that his papa tried to beat out of him. Yes, being vulnerable.
Yeah,
Exactly, Garmin.
yeah, that was
They
a
were. That was a thing follow up to this comment, which was it's extra sad that Ilya's nurturing, protective side we've usually seen him show only with children activated by his abusive father being helpless. Yes, you'll see that more in the future, but yeah,
okay.
that's
Yeah, because
exactly
I
what
was
it
trying to
is.
think. I don't think I've seen Ilya
Mhm.
interact with like
Any kids before?
yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. It's only like a small moment. It's not a spoiler or
Oh no,
anything.
that's one.
Yeah. Let me see. Books was saying, but Shane had shut down his feelings because that's a boundary Ilya set. So true. Hold on. So true. So a shift in the emotional intimacy rules was scary for Shane. Yes, because at the beginning we could always see Shane asking Ilya to have a conversation to get
Mm-hmm.
deeper. He always wanted to
Yeah.
talk. Ilya was like, "No, not now. We can do it afterwards." Even when he invited Shane over, he finally came to his house. Shane was like, "Oh, your house is so nice. Can you tell me who built your house? Are you in touch with them? Can we talk a little bit?" Ilya was like, "No, no, 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 no." So you're totally right.
Yeah. Because it's like from so if we go from like episode 2 to
Mm-hmm.
episode 4, it kind of felt like to me that like the roles for both of them kind of were switching.
How did I know you were
So I
about
was
to say
like, yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I kind of have noticed it.
Yeah,
And like
definitely.
when Shane was like trying to leave, like, yeah, I think I should go now.
Yeah, felt very
Oh,
Ilya
okay.
coded, didn't it?
Exactly, exactly.
Hmm.
So it was like I kind of did notice that, and it was
Yeah,
a nice little character swap for the two
yeah.
of them.
It makes me cry every time because wow, what could have been in that moment? Ilya finally being vulnerable, and Shane also not being able to accept that in that moment makes me cry every time. Let's see. Cranky Otter was saying Shane's post nut clarity is every other time Shane got shot down, every previous time he tried to get closer. So the rules are they're just banging. Ilya changed the rules without even explicitly saying that the rules are changed. He just started bringing up women.
Yeah.
So yeah. Winchester says Hudson is such a good actor. He is the subtleties in his acting. I don't think you've ever seen a heated rivalry interview to see Connor and Hudson's actual personalities. They're nothing like the characters. Even Connor, he's from Texas.
Mm,
He's not Russian. He's
yeah.
American.
Cause when I was like looking at some of the characters or whatever, and then I saw that he was born in like Denver, I
Hmm.
was like, wait, is he like the American you Russian or something? It didn't
Mm-mm.
even show. I was so confused.
Nope.
And I was like, I guess
They are
he's doing well on this
nothing.
accent.
Yeah, they're nothing like their characters. But yes, I agree. They're excellent actors. Hudson is a good actor. I have ADD, and while it's not autism, I know what it's like for a routine to be broken. And the way his face dropped and the panic set in, that scene got me bad. That's exactly what it was. Sage says Shane is hung up on what happened in Vegas too. Yes. Also, the fact that Ilya has never apologized for ghosting Shane, and then now suddenly you want me to be your man in a committed relationship. You want me to spend the day with you, spend the night with you. You want me to sleep over. And I'm still thinking about you ghosting me a couple years ago. We've been hooking up perfectly fine for about 3 years at this point. You still have not apologized for ghosting me. And now you
that
want to change the rules?
that
Yeah,
apology is never coming. I don't know
it's
for
never
me.
coming, especially not about no ghosting. I said, wow, Ilya. Mm. But yeah, y'all are exactly right. Um, Adrian said that, oh, Hudson and Connor basically switched Shane and Ilya. That's kind of funny. Um, Winchester said, yes, Vegas hurt him. Let me see if I can pop it up. Vegas really hurt him and instilled that in himself. Yep. Whenever you think you're about to get deep with somebody and you can't exactly go there, you're not thinking about all the stuff they put you through. And man, did Ilya put Shane through a lot. Let's see. Lyrical Script says, sometimes the coolest people have the warmest hearts. I feel like that quote fits Ilya perfectly. Yes.
Very
On
true.
the outside, Ilya is very like stoic sometimes. He's more the most himself when he's with Shane, but the character that he portrays on the ice, not that it's not himself, it's obviously a part of himself, but he is this more like argumentative, domineering type hockey player that
Hmm.
can back his stuff up. But then in closed doors, he's this big family man, even though his family does not appreciate it. And he has the weight of his family on his shoulders, taking care of them, taking care of his dad now that he has dementia. It's just a lot on him. And you'd never expect that from somebody like Ilya. So for Shane to see that, that was probably also threw him off because he's never seen that side of him. They've
Yeah.
never even had a full conversation before this moment. So it's like we're finally talking and now you want me to be committed to you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to run. Do you want to tell us that it's kind of sad to think about Ilya thought he could fix it when the next meetup, but the Rose Landry stuff happened. Oh, yeah. We'll get into Miss Rose. A couple of people have to go. Good night, Winchester. Good night, Donatella. Thank you for hanging out with us. I enjoyed all of your comments tonight, so thank you. So yeah, moving on to so Shane gets up. He's like, man, I gotta go. Ilya is basically begging him to stay.
Yeah.
Like Hollander. He even switched back to calling Shane Hollander because he realized how badly he messed up by calling Shane by his first name. So he's like, Hollander, stay. And Shane's just like, no, I gotta leave. And then he meets Rose Landry, who he hit it off with immediately. And it's just like, wow. Shane was like, you have been asking me about women this whole time. And now I find a woman that I like.
Okay, thank you.
Do you need to go do something?
No. Say was telling me that time goes forward tomorrow.
Oh, so you have to get up early, an hour early?
Yeah.
Oh, it goes forward?
Yeah, it goes forward.
So we lose an hour.
Yeah.
Lord, why are you telling me this on live? I don't ever get spring forward, fall back correctly. Okay, so we can wrap it up. We're at Rose. He meets Rose. They hit it off immediately. And also something that you notice is that Rose is able to connect deeper with Shane right off the bat.
Yeah.
They're able to talk, be friendly, and get deep as well. Something that he's never experienced with Ilya. Even though Ilya just tried to do that a couple days ago. But he couldn't. Shane couldn't go there because he couldn't get over the arrangement that they had for years now. So now Rose shows up. He obviously had some sort of, he knew who she was, and he was so excited to meet her. So that was cute. And the fact that he met her in such a cute way. The first go around, I wasn't too happy about it because I was still reeling about what happened with Shane and Ilya on that sofa.
Oh, because
like, now I'm watching it again.
Because when he was like trying to walk away to go like sit down somewhere, and he just sat into that random booth, and I was like, he didn't notice that somebody was sitting there already. I was confused.
Shane's lightweight. He was drinking because the bartender denied him ginger ale.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, let me get a beer. Shane's lightweight. He sat where he thought. So that's probably why he didn't notice anything.
Yeah, but it's like he ended up getting 2 beers. Like he drank one right there, and then brought another one back to where, what was it, JJ and his friends were. Yeah.
And then he got another while he was sitting with Rose. So that man was drinking, doing something that he had never been doing before. But they hit it off completely. And then we see that they're dating. She's showing up to hockey games.
The hockey game one, when she got up and was like showing the jersey off, I was like, yeah, I don't like this. I was like, this reminded me of Taylor Swift and Kelsey.
Lord.
I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this.
A lot of people said that. People were like, that's your only reference to Wags is Travis and Taylor.
Exactly. But, yeah. Like, I don't think this is a real relationship.
Oh Lord.
I can't believe
you said it's giving PR.
That's what I was saying the whole time.
No, it's giving. Shane is trying to figure out if he does like women since Ilya kept bringing it up. So Shane's like, okay, let me go for a little bit more because I haven't been doing that thus far. So Rose, he really liked her as a person, as a friend, but it's also sort of like him experimenting more with his relationships kind of thing. So yeah. And there was one other point I want to make about Rose. Oh, Ilya seeing that even though they just had sort of an argument, Shane just immediately didn't even tell me. We don't even have a conversation. He's seen spotted with this movie star. And not just any movie star, the movie star in their universe. Because did you pick up that she is playing on their version of the X-Men? Or no, the Suicide Squad?
Bro, it was the X Squad. I was like, bro, what?
Yeah. So she's like a superstar. She's like, what is that, DC? So she's kind of big, you know? And this is who you pop out with when we still need to have a conversation. You left my house abruptly. And the next time I see you is in the tabloids, on the news, on like the Canadian version of E! News, or it might have been E! News, I don't know.
Yeah, but
Ilya was pissed. Yeah.
But I think when you were saying the X-Men, I think that would have been right for that time period if it was based on the X-Men. be in the X Squad
That's
because
true.
at
I
that
looked it up.
because at that
Suicide
point
Squad wasn't out yet.
that's when yeah
Hmm.
First Class came out.
Yeah, yeah. She said that Jennifer Lawrence is Rose. Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, and then Carmen was like, any guesses? Okay, okay, okay. I didn't
Hmm.
really put that like who she could have been. It
Oh
was
wait,
just
that's
more
funny.
like it was
That
just more
Carmen
like
asked any guesses.
yeah, yeah. It was just more like that. That's what I kind of thought it would have been
Hmm.
because that's when First Class. I think that's
Yes,
when First Class came out, or
it
maybe
is.
that's
It is.
when Days of Future Past. I couldn't tell
Yeah,
which one.
it's actually confirmed in the future episode, like a quick piece of dialogue who Rose is and who she's based on. So you're right, it is First
Hmm.
Class. But yeah,
But
they're seen
oh
together.
wait, did
Hmm.
she get? I'm now trying to remember if Mystique got kidnapped in First Class. I don't remember.
I don't
Because she was
know.
saying every role that she played, she got
She's been.
kidnapped in. Yeah, but I'm like, did she get kidnapped in First Class?
Well, I thought it was Suicide Squad because I thought Harley Quinn. I know she was put in prison. Is that technically
Mm-hmm.
kidnapping? I don't know. Oh, Adrian was saying that fun fact in episode 3, there's a scene where Kip goes to the bodega to get socks you can see in the corner of the X Squad poster. Y'all told me that, and I still forgot to look for it. I was too busy trying to spot the socks on whatever thing that they had. I couldn't find it. But yeah. Oh, we never spoke about the socks when we were talking about Skip, how he got him the good luck charm, and then Scott finally started winning, and that's
Yeah.
why, yeah, their relationship was so important. And then at the end, when Scott hid his socks, it was a metaphor for their relationship being over. Anyway, back to my people. So we got to the rose of it all, and then Montreal and Boston are back uh, in a match together, and I know that Shane picked up his phone thinking that Ilya texted because that's what he does when they're in the same
Mm-hmm.
spot. But no, it turned out to be Rose. And then Shane had the nerve to scroll down to Lily's name and his contacts and see if Ilya was going to text. That man is not going to text you. You have done the one thing that Ilya has not done. Ilya may be out here in these streets sleeping with people from the club, taking people back, but he has never popped out in public with somebody and been
Yeah.
attached to somebody. So why did you think that he was going to text you? Why would you want him to text you? You are now dating somebody, Shane. I know what you are. Anyway, so they're in the game. I thought that Ilya and Shane were gonna fight on the ice because we saw it in episode 3. So I thought, oh, maybe we're gonna get a little something between Shane and Ilya because they've already established that Shane be fighting people on the ice. Ilya, he be talking smack. He's always talking about Shane Hollander when they're facing off. But the most that Ilya did was slam him into the boards. It didn't have a happy ending, but he still got his lick in. He said, I need to touch my man real quick and slam them into the board. But that's all he could do.
Yeah, and that's. But then it's like at that same point, both of them in the game, from what they were saying, they both really were non-existent on the team. Like both of them weren't even focused on the game at all.
Mm-mm. The score was 1-0.
Exactly.
Even the
And it's like
announcers were like,
and
what
neither one of them
happened?
scored. And it was like, this has never really happened before, but
What's going on?
I guess.
And then we
But
get to the club and all the things she said, running through my head, running through my head. We get in the club, we see that Shane is with what's her name? Rose. She's with Rose's friend Miles. Miles is talking and flirting with Shane.
yeah,
Shane realized he was flirting. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. Miles goes to the bar. Wait, no. And then we get Ilya in the bathroom looking at himself, contemplating his life. He's like, I'm not going to stand for this. And so
mm-hmm.
he says, we're about to go to the club. I need to get laid. They go to the club. They immediately notice that their adjacents are in the club.
Yeah, but it's
Ilya's.
like because Ilya saw Miles, I guess Rose's friend. That's his
Mhm.
name.
Did you
I
pick up
didn't know
on
what
that?
his name. What?
Did you pick up on that scene, like what it meant?
Yeah, what? Like him seeing? So he's like Shane Hollander has to be in here. So where is
Yes.
he? So he's looking for him.
Did that compute to you when you were watching it?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But
Okay, because it didn't for me.
it computed. But I was like, why would he know that this person is in relation with Shane? But I was like, because it's Rose's friend. Probably
Yes.
seen her on the TV,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, makes sense. And then when Shane was dancing with Rose, he saw Marlo
Yeah.
and the whoever the
The
other
other
I can't
guy.
remember. Yeah, he was like, wait, so does that mean that he's here? He's like,
Yes.
you know what? I gotta go to the bathroom. But
Yeah.
but it's like,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Say it. Everyone was confused by it. Yeah. Go ahead.
did Miles
No
not kiss
idea.
that man on his neck?
Yes. And why? I have no clue.
And I'm sitting there
Yeah.
like, wait,
Staged.
are you open
Ilya
now?
Stocks. Hold on. I thought we were gonna get a flashback of them having a threesome. We
Well,
didn't
that
get that
I
in the
was
episode.
very
I said, "Oh, Shane, are we experimenting with the three of y'all? I wouldn't
I
mind seeing it."
I don't know. For me, I was not a fan of that because I'm like, Shane, what are you doing now? This is not who you are. I'm like,
You
this is
said,
not who you have been
"Shane,
built.
why are you trying to get slutted out right now? Just
Bro,
go back home."
bro, it's not even. I'm just like, I was like, you went from being somebody
Nobody.
that only wanted to be monogamous with one person to now
Yes.
you getting kissed on the neck and you not even jolting this man grinding on you from behind,
He didn't that's how
kissing.
focused he was on Ilya. He didn't even notice what Miles was doing behind him. And when I
Nah,
tell you everybody is still confused about what that scene was supposed to represent or what type of relationship Miles and Shane had, like, did they have a conversation before that moment? Like, what is going on right here? Everyone is very confused. I don't know what it's supposed to represent, and I don't want to like speak badly on that beautiful man, so I'm just gonna say I was confused by it and leave it at that. Because why?
Shane got that hole in him. He probably do.
He does.
But even then, it's like Rose was looking straight forward, almost looking at him. He wasn't focused on her at all, and I don't even know if she noticed that. She was just worried about
Mm,
wanting to dance. So
mhm.
that's why I'm like, is this real?
Even Cranky said, honestly, I thought Miles was a fever dream the first time I saw the episode because what was Miles doing? Like he kissed his neck. Only person we've ever seen do that with Ilya. So it's like Miles, what y'all got going on here?
If
Yes, I
that's what it's
agree.
supposed to represent, then
Yeah,
hey,
a lot of people say that it's symbolic because he has Rose in front of him, who is right now his current present. Miles behind him, that represents like the past of men and everything. And then Ilya way over here, and the longing and the yearning and the wanting for that. So I think it was supposed to be more metaphoric than it was supposed to be literal, because no one really knows what the literal sense of what Miles was doing at all.
yeah, I don't know. I was not a fan.
Let's see what else the book said. A fan pointed out at me about the dance scene that I didn't realize Roses. Okay, this is what they were getting at. Roses in front of him is what society is telling him to want, but Shane's gay identity is breathing down his neck. Now that is an
I
analysis.
mean, he was doing more than breathing down his neck.
Yes. But we get Shane talking about, yeah, I need to go to the bathroom. And then Ilya was already planting some big fat ones on that woman in the club, and Shane walked right over. Didn't even have to detour. I guess he spotted exactly where Ilya was
I
and
thought
walked
that
right
was.
over.
I'm pretty sure that was the point, though. Like
Yeah.
to get into a spot to where, hey, if you gotta go past me and see what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're online playing games in my face while I'm gonna do it in your face IRL.
He said,
And that's
oh, you got jokes? I'm about to be hilarious.
hey man.
It's also the fact that Ilya wasn't actually into it. He was just doing it to antagonize Shane. Even though he set out to go get laid, he didn't bring anybody back.
Nope, he went straight home by himself into the shower.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I guess both of them were thinking about one another in those respective moments. Because in my head, I was like, I didn't say it out loud. In my head, I was like, oh, this is the first time I've ever seen Shane be a top. Well, not a top, but a bottom. Okay, I see. I
Why
see.
did you say that out
But
loud?
I'm not going.
That's quality. That's
I'm
quality.
not going to say that.
That's why people watch reaction videos.
But
That's
even then,
quality.
though,
But you're saying it
no.
now. Okay. An
But
hour and
because
50
of,
minutes
but it's you gotta
into the
understand.
discussion, but like
You gotta understand. I was still reeling with disappointment that this was not a Kip and a Scott POV episode again.
disappointment. Yeah, we gotta wrap this up because you're getting a little delirious and you're not understanding what you're saying. You're probably thinking about, I gotta go to
I
sleep. I gotta get up early tomorrow because I don't know what just came out your
yeah,
mouth.
because truthfully, if I get off at 11 and say I actually go to sleep, that's only gonna be like 5.5 hours.
Oh my
So
God.
it'd be
Okay.
like
I
that.
thought
I
you
don't
went
really
in
care.
late. I thought you went
No,
in
because
around 10.
I go in at 8:30.
Oh, I thought it said 12 on Sunday. Oh,
Nah,
okay.
that's
Y'all, we're
fine
about
though.
to wrap it up. No, we can wrap it up. Real quickly, Justin was saying that some people think that Shane is imagining Ilya in the showers to get off while with Rose, but does that make sense? I can see that, but I also like it better of it being real and Ilya
Yeah.
going home alone. I like that. Shane and both of them found that scene in the club very, very arousing. I'm just gonna say it. That's why I also think that Shane was even able to get it up with Rose after he had spent a night drinking and anxiety riddled because of Ilya. So I'm just gonna say that. That's what it was. Yes, and the transition from the OG, all the things she said to the Harrison remix, so good. And it shows his internal struggle with his sexuality.
Yeah.
Yes. The way it went from all the things she said to this is not enough. And that played during the entirety of Shane sleeping with Rose. It just depicted that this is not enough. What Ilya was doing was not enough. Him dancing and grinding on this random in the club when he went to be with Shane and Shane sleeping with Rose, even though they're kind of dating in a relationship now, it's still not enough. Yes, the song matched the scene. One reactor said the same. I got to date a girl. I didn't get to drink ginger ale, and I got a top. Exactly. Can we talk about his 13th reason, Shane's, when he was at the restaurant with his mom and dad? He was like, "Can I get a ginger ale?" And the waiter was like, "Oh, we don't got that." That
Oh
was
yeah.
going to be his 13th reason. He was about to set it off.
bro, bro,
He couldn't even enjoy himself.
bro was like sparkling water. I don't care about none of that. I'm not going there to talk to no what's it
Swedish
called?
princess.
Exactly.
They want me to add some diversity at Wimbledon. No, I don't want to do any of that.
For his mom was when he was like, "Oh, because I'm Asian." His mom was like, "Wait, I thought you liked this."
His mom was so confused.
uh,
See, Shade said in the books, the woman rejected Ilya because she was there with her boyfriend who liked to watch her with other guys. Why
no.
would wait? In the book, the woman rejected Ilya because she was there with her. Did the boyfriend not like him? Because the way that Ilya be talking, it's fun for people to watch. So Ilya would have been down. I don't know if that's in character for Ilya. Um, let's see. Any more thoughts since we've reached the end of episode 4? Any last thoughts, Nico, before we shepherd you off to the land of sleep?
Mm, I don't think so. I think I voiced everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I had to say.
But to basically wrap it up, you enjoy Skip, you think calling off is very messy, and now you're curious to see how the show ends in episode 5 and 6. Is that
Yeah.
basically a good summarization?
Something like that. I had to look it up to see on IMDb. I was like, please tell me Skip comes back. Well, not Skip, but Kip
Yeah.
comes back. Yeah,
Mhm.
he comes back in the next 2 episodes, so I'll be
Man,
happy.
you love Kip down. Like,
Look, but
wow.
I need a resolution to their story.
Oh, that's right.
The
That's right.
other
That's
two,
right.
look, there's a season 2. I already know that there's probably not going to be too much of a resolution. At
Mm.
least give me this.
Mm.
That's all I'm hoping for.
That's so interesting how a lot of men they love Skip. But I think that's where we're gonna end it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, commenting, and chatting with us all night. We really appreciate it. The next time we're gonna be on live is gonna be next Wednesday at 9 o'clock again. We're gonna go over episodes 5 and 6. So it'll be a couple days until we're getting reheated again, but we'll be back. Thank you again and have a great night. Make sure to like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll talk to you soon, probably with another reaction. I'm still trying to get my Bridgerton finale out, so I'll see you then. But you'll see Nico and his lovely face next Wednesday. Thank you for watching. Good night, y'all.
Y'all take it easy.